you want?
Hi. Do you still have it? I mean, is this where the free candy is?
Oh, you saw the poster. Come in. You say you want something warm to drink?
Sure.
You like ginger cookies?
Sure, I guess so.
You like that?
Very fancy.
Fancy schmancy. Fancy schmancy means over fancy, too fancy. I agree. My father gave me that when we left the old country, so I would remember the place of my birth. But in a house like this, it looks a little out of place.
I like it. Did you say the old country?
I did. What's your name, young man?
Daniel.
Daniel. That's a nice name. Do you know what it means?
God is my shout.
That's right. Your parents taught you well, Daniel. The old country I come from is Russia, but I have lived in America most of my life.
What's your name?
You may call me Miss Addie. My last name is Abramovitz, but don't worry. Nobody can remember that. So, you call me Miss Addie. How are the cookies?
It's very good. Miss Addie, did I get that right?
Perfect. So, you saw the poster.
Yes, ma'am.
It said to a good home, you have a good home.
I think so.
Your parents know you've come to ask for a kitten.
See, I've been asking for one for a long time. But when I saw the poster, I thought this might be my best chance. See, I live on the next street over, and my sisters are walking around the block with a group of carolers from our church. So I was gonna see if you had it first, and if you did, I was gonna ask you for it if you still had it.
I don't know what's become of her. She's hiding. She's a stubborn Michigas.
The stubborn one.
That's what I call her. I mean, the crazy one. That's her. She sleeps all day and then she wants to go for it all night. She dances sideways on her tiptoes across my rug like a crazy thing. You'll like her. If you ever meet her, you'll like her. More cookies?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
You want to hear the music box?
Sure. What's that song?
It is a song about the promise God made to Abram long ago. His promise was that Abram's children would grow to stars in number. I'm Jewish, a descendant of Abram. Did you know that?
No, you really are?
That's right. Number the stars, Father Abram, if you can. Number all the sands beside the sea. Number the stars, Father Abram, if you can. So shall your descendants be.
I never heard that song before.
Number the stars, Father Abram, if you can.
not surprised. You like?
Yes, Miss Addie. Do you think the kitten is hiding because she's scared of me?
Oh no, it's a game. She just likes to hide. Like I said, she's a stubborn Michigas. She will make an appearance when she's ready, and not before. Oh, what a busy night. Who could that be now?
Maybe the carolers. I told my sister that I was coming here.
No, careless. It's my son, the optometrist.
Hey, Mom. How are you? And, who's this young boy?
This is Daniel. He lives on the next block over and came to see you about the kitten.
How are you, Danny?
Fine. Hey, Miss Addie, that's an interesting candle.
Here, this is a menorah. Daniel, have you ever heard of the Festival of Lights?
I don't think so.
How about Hanukkah? Have you heard of Hanukkah?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you have heard of the Festival of Lights, you just didn't know it. You see, Hanukkah is a time when we Jews celebrate the miraculous preservation of God. There was a time when the Jews...
Mom, I doubt a young boy wants to know all about that. Came for a kid, not a history lesson. And besides, I gotta go soon. Michelle has a big party planned for tonight.
Yes, I know. A professional man's life is too busy to stay half an hour.
You never give it up, do you, Mom? Hey, I've got a call to make. I'll be in the kitchen.
Go, take your important call. Watch, Daniel. During Hanukkah, we light the menorah. First one candle on the first night, and then two on the second night, until all 8 are lit on the last night, from the right side to the left. What's it mean? Over 2,000 years ago, God performed a miracle for his people. He delivered them from a wicked man who demanded the people to bow down before a statue of himself. But the people refused to bow. So the Jews of that day fought the evil ruler and defeated him. But in the fighting, the temple was destroyed.
So what happened?
The Jews of that day rebuilt the temple. And they wanted to light the temple lamps as God commands. But they only had enough oil to burn for one day.
How?
It was a miracle. God reminded his chosen that he would deliver them from wicked men and preserve their freedom to worship him.
How many candles will you light tonight?
This is the 7th day of the festival, so we light 7.
What's that other candle? The one that's higher than the others?
That is the shamas.
The shama?
It's Hebrew for servant. It is the candle that we light first, and we use it to light the others. In this way, it is a servant candle.
Why does there have to be a servant candle?
Boy, now you've asked a question that I don't know the answer to. But there, it's lit. And we keep it in the window so we can praise God for his deliverance.
Hey, Miss Addie, the carolers. Do you mind if they sing some Christmas carols for you?
Well, we don't keep Christmas, but I do like music.
Do they sing for you?
Sure, that will be okay.
Come, us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him. Oh, come, let us adore Him, Christ the Lord.
Hello, you must be Daniel's sisters.
I sure hope Daniel hasn't been bothering you.
No bother. He's a very polite young man.
That's Ruby. Hi, I'm Jean Parker. This is my sister Liz.
I'm Addie Bronovitz. My son is here somewhere on the phone.
Well, if you have company, then we won't keep you.
No bother. Would you like something warm to drink?
No thanks. We'll catch up with our friend, Keith Carroll, if you can. But, I believe Daniel asked for a kitten. Do you still have it?
Daniel hasn't even seen her yet. She's hiding.
We heard her meow once.
I wish I could find that she goes for you. You may not want her when you see her.
I want her no matter what, Liz.
We've been after her parents for at least a year.
We live over in Ashford. You'd be welcome to come and visit her.
Oh, that's nice of you. But you're kind people, I can see.
Say, Mrs. Abramovitz, we're giving out these little gift bags really soon tonight.
Thank you.
There are some cookies, candy, and a really interesting little booklet that tells about the prophecies of the Old Testament and how they were fulfilled that first Christmas.
The Old Testament scriptures, you said?
Yes. Liz, there was that prophecy about Messiah being born in Bethlehem.
It's in my book. Can I find it and show you?
If you wish.
Let me see. Here it is. Bethel 5:2. And thou, Bethlehem, Ephratah, wilt thou be little among the thousands of Judah, for out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from of old, from everlasting.
And when was that prophecy written, Liz?
Micah wrote in 800 BC.
Isn't that amazing? 800 years before Jesus was born.
The little town of Bethlehem is a very special place south of the Bible.
Yes, it is the city where King David was born. The fields outside Bethlehem are the fields where the sweet singer of Israel kept his sheep and wrote his poetry. Arnold, come out and meet Daniel's sisters.
Have you ever been to the Holy Land, Mrs. Abramovitz?
No.
We haven't either. Someday my family and I want to walk the hills of Bethlehem, just to see for ourselves where David watched the sheep, and where other shepherds long after David watched their flocks from the east.
Someday I'll see Bethlehem and Jerusalem and all of Israel if they can put a stop to the bombings and the terror. I pray for peace in Jerusalem.
We pray for that too. I see you have your menorah lit. I read about the candle in the middle of the menorah on the website not long ago. I've been in the
around the center of the candle is called?
That is the shaman's.
Yes, ma'am. You mean servant, right?
That's right.
Notice I said that many Christian Jews see the shaman's candle as a picture of the Messiah, as they would call the Messiah the servant of Jehovah. He is the servant in the light of the world, and all the others know.
Did I hear you say Christian Jews? There's no such thing. You can be a Christian or you can be a Jew, but you can't be both.
You must be Dr. Aronovitz. Hi, Miss.
Hi, Liz. Say, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I don't get to see my mom that often, and I just stopped over here for a few minutes, and I have to go soon.
Oh, sure, no problem. We'll have to go to our client. We will be heading on with our client.
Yeah, I heard those nice carols delivered right to our door. Say, you know, sometimes I wonder how Jews like you would, or Christians like you would take it if a flock of Hebrew singers descended on your door, John. Do you think that would be well received?
Never mind my son, the antagonist.
I mean, it's bad enough that since mid-December, a Jew can't even go to the mall without being bombarded about the birth of our Lord. Then you come into our homes and force it to hear is there as well? This is the season of giving, all right. Giving grief to every non-believer in America.
Oh, I'm so sorry if we offended you, Arnold.
Offended? You think it's offensive to force people to hear your version of how the Old Testament prophecies are fulfilled in the birth of Jesus? In other words, Jews are wrong, and you were right. Here, have some cookies. They're probably shaped like crosses, so we won't miss out for the reason for the season. Offended. Why would you think this is offensive?
Arnold, that is enough. I'm sorry, Daniel. My son is too easily bothered by a little common hospitality shared among neighbors.
Common hospitality? Here, let me see this propaganda. Jesus, the seed of the woman. Jesus, the seed of Abraham. Jesus, Messiah of Israel. I know all these things Christians say about the Nazarene, but one thing you don't talk about. It's what Isaiah says right here. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end, upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The seal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. My question to you is, where is he? Where is this kingdom of peace that the Messiah is ruling without end? Where is the fulfillment of his kingdom? Look at the world around you. It's a mess. So where is this king you say you believe in?
I can see we've offended you, and that was not our purpose in coming here. I'm sorry if we've offended you. We don't want to
Happy holidays.
But wait, what about the kitten, Liz?
Maybe you need to come back to me and see about that thing.
Yes, maybe that is best. My son, the self-professed theologian, can get so worked up over the fact that the entire country has a nice holiday when they have joy and get gifts. And we have a set of candles to light that no one seems to notice, or what's the motive to do.
Well, I'm sorry our timing was off.
Don't mention it. You come back tomorrow, Daniel, and we'll find meshkas, and you can take them home for Christmas, okay?
Thank you so much for your kindness.
Yes, you have a happy holidays and holidays.
Call me Miss Addie, will you?
Family Sally.
Thank you for the cookies. And I'll come back when I should go.
She'll come out now that it's quieting down. You come back tomorrow, okay?
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, all. My son, theologian.
The Comforter of Israel was the very one Miss Abby needed that night we met. But there was no joy or gladness when we left. Our family felt just awful about how that first meeting had gone. Her son was so angry at us. And Miss Addie seemed torn, caught between her sweet spirit of hospitality and the harshness of her son, the theologian, as she put it. Well, a funny thing happened that night as we left. It didn't snow often in the town where I grew up, but it sure snowed that night. It started right as we left Miss Addie's house. By morning, the whole world was blanketed by the bright white call to go sledding. Kids from all over the neighborhood grabbed anything that would slide. Sleds, toboggans, saucers dented from previous crashes with trees, as well as cardboard boxes and cookie sheets. I forgot totally about getting that kitten, but thankfully, my sister did not forget Miss Addie.
Gee, look how your face shines as you speak of Yeshua. But to answer your question, I don't know what I think. I see a family like yours with the joy and togetherness you have, and I think there must be people that proclaim Yeshua as the Messiah. But then I read all the things done in history to my people. It's not so easy to believe that Christians really were God. The Crusades, the anti-Semitism of Europe for centuries, millennia. Hitler had the support of the Catholics and Lutherans, who said what they were going to do in the name of the same Yeshua. I don't agree with what my son spoke last night, but you can see why a thinking Jew is resistant to Christianity, can't you?
I do see that, and I know nothing grieves the heart of a loving God more than when people do evil in His name. The righteous judge of the universe will hold every sinner accountable for every secret thing, especially the wrongs done in His name.
That much we can agree on.
But Miss Abby, will you let me ask you just one more question about all of this? You say you think Yeshua was a great teacher, a great rabbi.
And I do. He was a good man, a prophet.
But that's not what he claimed to be. Jesus said to his disciples, "You get his believe as me the Father." Claimed to be God. If those words about himself are not true, then he was not a good, then he was not a teacher. If those words about himself are not true, then he was an advocate. He claimed to be God's son. His daddy would soon have Jesus transformed people's lives today. 2,000 years after he lived on earth. Don't you have to think that just knew who he was, who he said he was? A Jew, yes, the descendant of David and Abraham, but more important, the very son of God, so thinking of from our sins.
I have thought about Yeshua for many years. But do you know what would happen were I to accept him as Messiah? I would be cut off from all I hold dear. My friends at the synagogue might never speak to me. My late husband's family might never visit. My son would be so angry I might not see my grandchildren. The cost is too great. Even if I suspected that what you say is true, that Yeshua is Messiah, I could only believe in my heart, not with my words. Do you understand? Can a person be truly saved if in their heart alone she accepts Yeshua for who he truly is?
Daddy, I know this. The Lord Yeshua is the good shepherd. He is always seeking for the one lost sheep. All you have to do is cry out for the shepherd to hear. Tell him you want to turn from trusting in yourself or your work or tradition. Believe he died for your sins and ask him to save your soul. He says whoever comes to him, he will never cast him out. He will give you the strength to do whatever he tells you to do.
It's Daniel. He's come from Michigan. Come in.
Hi, Miss Abby. Hi, Dee. Did you find Michigan?
Not only did I find her, I kept her from hiding again. Do you know where she was last night, Daniel?
Where?
In my sewing basket. She finally went to sleep in there.
She was there the whole time.
She was watching us, but we couldn't see her underneath the fabric.
Where is she now?
In my sewing basket.
Can I see her?
You keep her in there until you get home. The fabric will keep her warm, and you can come back and give the basket later, okay?
Do you really think I could take her home, Jean?
Yes, if Miss Abby is not giving her away.
I'm so glad I found such a good family for my little Michigan.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Bye, Miss Abby.
You've made this Christmas an unforgettable one for him. Thank you.
Thank you too, Jean. I know love when I see it.
I really will be praying for you every day.
Prayer is good. Good night.
Good night.
I went back to visit Miss Addie often as I grew up, always with news about Michigas, and always with some of Mom's cookies at Christmas time. We prayed for her for years. Even after we moved away and our visits stopped, we still prayed for Miss Addie. You probably don't recognize me, Miss Addie, but this is Daniel. Michigas is Daniel.
Daniel, is that really you? So tall.
It really is. Hey, I brought some of Mom's cookies for you.
Daniel,
Thank you. The last time I saw you, you were this high. Thank your mother for me. How's Michigas?
Oh, Michigas is okay, but she's fat and fuzzy like an old armchair. Say, now that she's getting on in age, and we probably really should give her a new name. You know a good Jewish word for fat and lazy?
I imagine it's a little Michigas deep down inside.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Say, I really can't stay long, but I just wanted to stop by and see how everything was going, and of course bring you the cookies.
You're always welcome. I have something for you too, Daniel.
Christmas present for us?
And your family. It's a secret. Open it at Christmas this year.
Thank you very much, Miss Addie.
Thank you too. And tell Jean I especially want to speak to her. You'll read about it in the card.
All right, well, thank you. Take care, Miss Addie.
Bye.
It feels strange after so many years of getting your Christmas cards to write my very own. But I wanted you to be the first to know that this year I have come to accept Yeshua as Messiah. I believe he is the Son of God with power to save from sin. I can't put into words all that I feel, but I wanted you to know that many years ago, when Daniel came from Exodus, my son said something that has never left me. He rudely told you, was in Jean, that there are no Christian Jews. Well, there may not be very many, but that is what I am. Please pray for me as I write my family and friends these words they will not want to hear. Pray for them to find Yeshua. As I light my menorah this year, I am thanking God, not only because he was the light of his people long ago, but also because he still is the light of his people today. Yeshua is the light that shines in the darkness like a star, and all who trust him are his chosen. He knows them by name, Jew and Gentile alike. Please accept this music box as a token of my gratitude for the love of Yeshua that you have shown to me over the years. God bless you, and for the first time, Happy Christmas from Miss Addie.